want you to watch this next video, and then I will be back on the back end to give my thoughts.
Little reality check coming in hot. Kind of hate to be the one that shines light on this so that everyone else around the world starts to raise their level of consciousness. But typically, women are not well supported. And I believe that every woman, by the time they hit the age of 35, 40, will start to have an awakening and a recognition and a realization that there's no support for us. One of my clients just got out of her divorce mediation. We're on round 1, and they were able to agree on everything except for long-term support for her as the primary caretaker for the kiddos and also homeschool educator. And she is so devastated. And you know why? It's because of the same realization that every single one of my clients says to me at some point during our mentorship together. I built a life my husband could walk away from, that he didn't have to fully participate in, and now I'm getting screwed. Every woman has this. I shit you not. I've been doing this for 7 years. Every single one comes to this realization. This is why I live by the money before men mantra. I don't mean money never men, and maybe if you don't date men, yeah, that makes sense. But it means you have to fundamentally change the way that you think about money. Because here's the deal. We put all of our trust in a relationship. You give everything you have to a relationship to wake up one day with the realization that maybe this person doesn't want to be with you anymore. And guess what? You don't have financial self-sufficiency yet. Or maybe you put your dreams on hold. Same deal. You really wanted to pursue something, so you held yourself back in your career so he could build his. So you're still earning a fraction of what you're capable and potential of because you held yourself back for him. And the system wants you to think that if you are good with making money and you prioritize your financial wellness and your financial wholeness, that you're greedy, that you're a gold digger, that you're materialistic. But that's such a lie. By the way, I talk about all of this in Money Before Men. You can find it in my Stan store. It's a lie because that's not the reality. The reality of it is that you do need money, and a man is not a plan. And there's many of us who have already been practicing Money Before Men, and we're starting to find each other in the world, which is why they're starting to buy merch and sweatshirts, because it's a movement. You gotta get your money up. You gotta get your money up. Money Before Men.
That woman is spitting game. And what I want to bring to it is I have talked about not losing yourself when you become married. Becoming married, you are creating a relationship, you're creating a shared household, but you are still an individual, and anything can happen at any particular time, and you have to be ready to move. You have to be ready to go that way or go that way. You have to be ready to encounter obstacles and be able to still survive. This is the reason why you cannot completely become enmeshed with somebody else and completely lose yourself, because if that person goes, or when that person goes, because we will all leave at one particular time, you don't want to lose yourself completely. If that person goes for any reason, be it death or divorce or whatever, mental incapacity, you still need to be able to survive. And if you do not allow yourself to stay an individual despite being in a relationship, your whole world would crumble if you stay being just completely enmeshed with somebody else. Starting over is hard, but starting over and not having an identity, because you had become just one. You had no identity outside of your relationship. It is even harder because you are rebuilding from ground one. If you still retain some of your identity, still retain some, and still built on your hobbies and your creativity and your finances, then you're not starting over from square one. Now, something that people need to also get out of is the sunk cost fallacy, where it's like, you're deciding not to leave because starting over is hard, or I've been with someone for so long that I just have to stay. That is a sunk cost fallacy, because on the other side, where you are beginning anew, is brand new territory, and it's it's a process. But if things are broken over here, remaining over here because you've been over there for so long, it's not bringing you any value. Stepping off over there and building something, growing something, being a new person that you really need to be is so much more fruitful than being over here and something broken. This story, this sermon needs to be heard. If you're single, if you're young, if you're old, that this is the reason why you need to still keep a bit of yourself even when you're in a relationship. It's so key. But you guys go ahead and tell me what you think. Leave any stories that you might have, any kind of auntie advice, any kind of wisdom that the next generation may understand why this is so important. Anyways, get in the comments, like, comment, share.